What's shaking, Chewy Nation? ChewbaccaLemma here, back with another video today. Yes, we are ranking the NFL quarterbacks. This is probably a terrible idea, but let me know in the comments where you disagree, where you may agree. Of course, this is one man's opinion, but we're going to disagree. I'd love to have a conversation with you guys down below, just interacting with you guys. It's always fun talking about this kinds of stuff, so definitely let me know in the comments, and if you do enjoy, a like would be appreciated. Let's go ahead and dive into it. So, first up, so this is actual quarterback ratings, all right? We'll go with the unknowns. Obviously, the unknowns are the guys who haven't even taken a snap yet. I'm going to go ahead and throw those guys in there. Daniel Jones, Kyler Murray, Drew Lock, and Dwayne Haskins. I think that's fair. No arguments probably there. Alex Smith, C tier. So, that's average, of course. S tier is your top of the top. So C, I don't think there's much to be said about Alex Smith. Solid, but never really. It's just always been C. I like Alex Smith, but he's a C. Josh Allen, I'm gonna give him a D. Yeah, he had some great highlights, mostly with his legs. I'm just not sold yet. I don't think, based on what we've seen last year, I think you could make the case maybe he could be C. I think you can with a lot of the D guys, maybe a C. But you got to put people in D, and I think Josh Allen is a D. Baker Mayfield, A. Crazy good accuracy, which we expected coming out. We weren't sure if everything else would come together, and it looked pretty good this past season. Led the Browns, almost made a nice run. Really good rookie season, of course. I don't think you can probably put him in, you definitely can't put him in S tier yet. I definitely think you could argue B tier, but I think A is pretty good. When we start looking at our A tier quarterbacks, I'm going to try to rank them as close as possible. I think we'll see if he stays in A or not. We'll see. But right now, Baker Mayfield, A. Ben Roethlisberger, A. Definitely been A. Most of his career been S. Part of his career as well. Absolutely fantastic quarterback, much of his career. So no real complaints about Ben. He's fantastic. We went to the same high school. Fun fact. There we go. Big Ben. Drew Brees, S. Always S tier. I know his arm strength is going down, day by day, it seems like, year by year, but it doesn't matter. To me, it just doesn't matter. Yes, I remember when Deion Jones picked him off, and it's like, oh, like his arm strength, he's done. Yeah, guess what? He had the highest Pro Football Focus rating this past year, and even though he can't throw the ball perfectly down, field 60 yards, he is so deadly accurate, and that offense is still so efficient. S tier, easily. Cam Newton, A. We're getting a lot of A's quickly off the bat here. A, again, another quarterback who's been pretty much A since he's been on the field. He's been very, very good. So Cam Newton, to me, is an A. Derek Carr, another guy like Alex Smith, to me, really has never really developed anything beyond a C. Just a solid quarterback, a quarterback that's just there. Kind of even forget you don't forget he exists, but he's just solid. We'll see if he's able to ever, get past that. But right now, I put him at C. Kirk Cousins, I know he gets paid a ton of money, and I understand that can sometimes make you want to put him in D. If it's based on contracts, sure, we can put him in D, but it's not. It's based on quarterback play, and he is definitely above average. The Vikings offense is much better with him at quarterback than like a Case Keenum, in my opinion. So to me, Kirk Cousins is a B. Jameis Winston, C. Now, I will tell this about Jameis Winston. I think he's probably the most talented quarterback so far we've seen on the C list, and a very talented quarterback overall on this entire list. He's one of the more talented ones. Just, I feel like obviously he's had the off-the-field issues. Hopefully that's all in the past, which hopefully it is. I don't think he's had any altercations or anything too recently. So hopefully it's all in the past. I do think when he's on the field, he's a pretty good quarterback. Also, he has one of the best wide receivers in the NFL in Mike Evans, so I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying MVP. We've scooted him up to B after this year. I don't think A, but I do think we might be talking about Jameis Winston. Maybe a 30 touchdown, 15 pick. Is that too much? Maybe a 25 and 15 sort of season. We'll see. But I would not be surprised if he has a solid year coming up. Dak Prescott. To me, I don't even want to say, I kind of want to say bottom of the C, but he's probably more like middle of the C road. He's there. I do think he's a good leader. I think that he's, a fine quarterback. That's why he's C. But he just hasn't looked, I mean, even he's got maybe a a good offense around him. He's got a great running back, a good wide receiver in Amari Cooper, but I think he's a C. Sam Darnold, I'm gonna put him in D based on this past year. I'll admit it. I really thought he was going to be better, but I do also not think the Jets offense is very good. So I'm not sure. You have a lot of growing pains. Like Peyton Manning, he's basically Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't have a great rookie season, but now look at Peyton. No, he's not Peyton Manning, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if next year we'll talk about him in B tier. I do think he has the potential to be that good. No, he's not Baker. Baker might be S tier next year, but I do think he's probably going to be C and maybe even B. We'll see where he ends up. I'm a believer in Darnold. Eli, D. At this point in his career, is to me, he may not even be a below average quarterback. He might even be above average. Honestly, he's been around for a while. But he's just the Giants are such a mess. It's hard to obviously hold him accountable for. I mean, he hasn't really. It's not his fault really, but it's just it's a mess. I'm gonna put him in D. Ryan Fitzpatrick, another D. I don't all these quarterbacks have started games, right? So they're not like bad quarterbacks. Like we don't have backups on these and stuff. Like they play the games. Fitzmagic, I love Fitzmagic, I do, but I gotta give him D. He's been, he's played for a ton of teams, and yes, he went on that great run with the Bucks, but he is just a quarterback that's kind of in, and you're waiting for Jameis to come back, or waiting, for your next quarterback. And so for me, that's why you put him in at below average, because he's not a quarterback of the future, and he's more just in there because you don't have anybody else. He's okay, but a little below average for me. Nick Foles, probably top of the average for me. Obviously went on that great run in Philadelphia, but he's played for a lot of teams as well, a handful of teams. Now in Jacksonville, I'm interested to see which, I'll watch obviously those games. I'll be watching Jacksonville very closely as a Texans fan. I'm interested to see how he plays this year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these Philly fans that are telling me that Nick Foles is better than Carson Wentz will be proven right. Maybe Nick Foles will be an MVP and lead Jacksonville to a 13-3 season, and they'll make a huge run. And maybe, but I just don't see. I think he's just average to me. Jared Goff, I'm gonna go B. Obviously, a lot of credit to Sean McVay and his system, but I do think there's a lot of credit to be had for Jared Goff as well. They have a ton of talent overall on that team. I love what they've done with the roster, but I think that sometimes Jared Goff is a little underappreciated a little bit. I think he's a solid, a little above average, a little better than the guys on my C list. So I'm going to give him B. Maybe top of the C, but I'll give him B. Matt Ryan, A. I think, again, another guy who's a little underappreciated. I know that's crazy to say that, but because of Julio being a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL, maybe the best, he's right up there with, Hopkins, OBJ, Michael Thomas, like all, there's so many, Antonio Brown. There's so many good wide receivers, obviously, but he's definitely one of the best quarterbacks in the league. There's no doubt about it. I don't think many people are probably. I mean, you could probably argue top of the B tier, I guess, depending on how you want to separate your tiers. But Matt Ryan is fantastic. Jimmy Garoppolo, B. This one is a little bit like we haven't really seen much, so I feel like you could definitely make the case for C, just because you just don't know yet. He hasn't really shown us too much, but what we have seen, when he first stepped on the field, oh my goodness, what that they had that and he wasn't playing, obviously he wasn't playing because Tom Brady, but New England got rid of him for nothing, for a sack of chips, bag of chips. There we go. But for what we've seen, if he's healthy, of course, I'm optimistic, and I'm actually excited, which I didn't think I would ever say this in my life, to watch the 49ers play football. So I have to watch some 49ers this year. Joe Flacco, I'm going to put D. At this point in his career, I don't even know if he'll even be playing in Denver, how much he'll be playing, but yeah, I got to give him D. I think you could definitely argue a C. I think by arm talent, he went to Delaware State, a yellow team, I believe. That's what I remember based on the draft. I just remember he was playing for a yellow team in college, and I just remember that arm, absolutely insane. But at this point in his career, still, a more talented passer probably than a lot of people above him, but I'm going to have to give him a D. Definitely could argue C, though. Case Keenum, also, if I give Flacco a D, I like Flacco more than Keenum. So another guy who's probably borderline C average. But based on, just to me, like what I see in C tier, I would put him below them. So I'm going to put him in D. Is he below average? It might be a little harsh. Maybe I should put him in C. For now, we'll leave it at D. We'll see. Lamar Jackson. I'm going to go C. Definitely could argue B. I don't think many people would argue D. Now, you got this Lamar Flacco debate right here. Flacco, obviously a better pocket passer. Lamar, though, when he was in there, say what you want, he won football games. And I know but that's the end of the day. That's what you want to do. Now, NFL teams will adjust. And will he have a lot more growing pains this upcoming year? Probably so. But we'll see. Maybe he'll develop into a much better passer too. He obviously has the talent. His legs are. I mean, he's able to move around quite well. I said that so eloquently. I have no idea what I'm saying. Lamar Jackson, obviously very talented with his feet, and we'll see if he develops into a passer. For now, I'm just going to put him in C just because we got to see the passer side of him to put him much higher. Phillip Rivers, A. Not much else to say except A, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Maybe could argue S as well. I've seen people put him in S or elite, whatever the top one you have is there. But he's definitely there. You could definitely argue. I mean, a lot of these guys in A tier, you could argue. I don't think you could argue Phillip. Maybe not. I mean, I think these are all a step below. I don't think anybody's really arguing a lot of these for S tier. But you could definitely. I love Phillip Rivers. Very, very good quarterback. Andrew Luck, S. One of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. Pains me as a Texans fan. He's incredible. I love Andrew Luck. Oh, yikes. I really do like watching Andrew Luck play, and I watched a lot of him play because of a Texans fan. And I'm not a fan, but man, he's so good. When he's healthy, of course. Hopefully he's able to stay healthy, and he's probably like up here when he's healthy. Like he's insane. Marcus Mariota. I'm gonna go C tier. I might be getting a little too. I think he is average. I mean, I that's what I see. I think we haven't really seen enough of him yet, though. If you're a Tennessee fan right now, do you feel good about your quarterback right now? Besides health, like, do you think you found your quarterback, or are you still not sure? I think a lot of people would be like, I'm not sure. I think that's kind of where we're at right now. We need to see more from him, and I do think he definitely could develop. He could be a B. Maybe he is right now, and we just don't know. It's hard to know right now, but maybe he can develop into one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. But as of now, we just don't know. I think that's the issue, and I think a lot of Tennessee fans would say the same. So C. Mitchell Trubisky, C. I know that some people are going to say D here. I don't think anybody's probably going to argue much above C, but I mean, he's from Ohio, so maybe I'm a little biased. He's actually from the area I'm from. Ben Roethlisberger. Did I say we went to the same high school? I might have said that. I don't know. And then they're both from Ohio. So Mitchell Trubisky, I think he's probably the bottom of the C. But I do think he will probably, by the end of the year, will probably overtake a lot of these guys. And maybe, I don't know if he'll be B. I don't know if I suspect, I don't really suspect that. But I do think he'll be a little bit better this year. So obviously, as he's a rookie, going to get better. So you would expect. So C tier for me. Patrick Mahomes. I'm going to put, he's only played one season. I'm going to put S, just based on he's the top of the A tier. But, is he one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? Of course. Is he quite the caliber of the guys I'm going to have at S? I don't know. Just because he's played 1 year. The offense is built amazing for him. Andy Reid is a genius. So but I do think, it's insane what he did in his second season. His first season as a starter, is absolutely incredible. So Patrick Mahomes, we'll put him in S, but I do think I'm tempted to put him in A. We're going to put him in S right now. Andy Dalton, D, into the D. Sorry, Dalton, but sorry, TCU. No, it's just from TCU. It's just, you're D. Not much to say. Russell Wilson, S. Definitely S tier for me. A quarterback that has been around, obviously for a little bit, but he's always finds a way to win. I don't even understand how he's just so incredible. One of the most exciting quarterbacks to watch. Just watch him, just how he controls a game, and just as a leader of the franchise, he is maybe the best leader he might be the best leader of all the quarterbacks. So he's absolutely incredible. Russell Wilson. A-Rod, Aaron Rodgers is definitely S tier. Obviously, that's not much to say about that. Josh Rosen, D tier. I don't know because that Cardinals team was so bad. But we'll see, if he's able to play some more with Miami now. Maybe he'll make some. Maybe he'll be a lot better. I don't know if he really was that bad, but I can't put him above that because I just don't know yet. Matthew Stafford, definitely B tier for me. Always been a B tier. That's pretty much where he fits for me. B tier across the board. At times we thought he maybe could jump to A, but he's just always been in that B. A little disappointing maybe a little bit, but B tier. Ryan Tannehill, D. There's not much else to say right now. Just gotta have to give him D. Tom Brady, S. So now we have 6 quarterbacks in S, which I would usually try to keep it around 5, like top tier quarterbacks. So that's kind of where I'm like, maybe I should put Mahomes here, but Tom Brady is definitely S tier. Deshaun Watson, hello, B tier. Through and through for me, I think he's a solid quarterback. If you ask me about, like, as a Texans fan, how do I feel about our quarterback situation for the next 10 to 15 years? Fantastic. Not as good as, like, maybe the Colts or, some other teams, but I feel like, or even the Browns, but I feel like very good about our quarterback situation. But at this point in his career, when he's on the field, the team is much better. No doubt about it. He wins football games. Much, much better team with him on the field. Pocket presence, really bad. He's made some, his accuracy is sometimes, it's all right. I think it's solid, but he's obviously got a great wide receiver in Hopkins. I believe to be a almost great wide receiver, really good wide receiver in Will Fuller when healthy. Obviously, he's a downfield threat, and solid. Really, I think that's other things about his game is a little overlooked as well. Just hopefully he stays healthy, but got to be better in the pocket. He runs into way too many sacks. The offensive line gets a lot of blame, but he's got to be better in the pocket as well, and I think that's where he could definitely improve for sure. And then Carson Wentz, and I'm going to give him A. Definitely could give him B. Now, when he was the MVP candidate in 2017, I think it was 2017, there wasn't really many good candidates that year. So he almost was going to win the MVP by default. I'd be like, he was the MVP. Like, he's so good. I think that's a little overstating it a little bit. I don't remember there being like that many. It was like, oh, they're the best team in the NFL, so Carson Wentz. Like, there was not really many good choices. Like Patrick Mahomes, like there wasn't like that kind of choice in 2017. But with that said, when he's healthy, if he's able to get back to that form, he is an A quarterback to me. You could definitely argue, he's definitely one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. So there is my list. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? You could definitely, I think, like, I didn't rank these, like, I didn't try to rank, like, Rodgers, Brady, I don't even know where I'd rank them. I don't even know, something like this, or I would have to mess around with this a little bit. It's just tiers, of course. That would be a little bit harder trying to rank every quarterback 1 to, starting quarterbacks, even say 1 to 32, or that would be a lot more difficult. But let me know where you guys disagree, where you guys agree, and all that stuff. Love talking to you guys. Definitely, this is my one man's opinion. There's a lot of opinions out there. Could be way different than mine. But thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, you guys are absolutely incredible. That's all I got. ChewbaccaLemma out.